20 pieces of paper in the hat with the first pick in the Junkies 2020 NFL mock draft. Drab T-shirt is on the clock.
Oh, I'll take 5 seconds. The pick is in.
Hold on, we got to get the sound where the pick is in. Yeah, there we go.
With the first selection in the 2020 Junkies mock draft, Drab T-shirt selects quarterback Joe Burrow, Cincinnati Bengals.
That's how excited he is.
So dumb. All right, go ahead. Now you got to play the bit.
Yeah, don't we have a clip?
Yeah, we got.
Yeah, we got a pad because the computers are slow. I told you that.
We have a vignette.
Any more rationale for the pick? Drab T-shirt, GM of the Bengals.
Andy Dalton's our starting quarterback. That's the rationale.
Here's a draft prospect profile presented by FedChoice Federal Credit Union.
Joe Burrow, quarterback, LSU.
Burrow, play action. Throws deep down the near side looking for Jamar Chase. Caught at the 15-yard line. He will waltz into the end zone. Touchdown, Tigers!
A breakout 2019 and Tua Tagovailoa's hip injury catapulted Burrow to the top of draft boards. He has the swagger and the skills you want from a franchise QB. He sees the field well, throws with accuracy, and has elite pocket presence. Maybe he could be bigger, and yes, he only had one big season, but that big season was 65 touchdowns for the national champs.
All right, there you go. So I heard Earl at first, right? And then who was that? Do we know?
Andrew Bogish.
Andrew Bogish? All right, nice job, Andrew.
I'm gonna set the over/under passing touchdowns for Burrow in rookie year at 19.5.
I'm going over.
Over or under?
Over.
I'll take the over.
I'm going
Shocker.
over. Yeah, come on, man.
Shocking.
Unless he gets hurt.
Cakes, will you shuffle those names up a little bit? Keep pulling my name out.
All right, I'm doing it. I'm doing the best I can.
That's
All
right, because he could have the first and second pick.
Second pick in the Junkies 2020 mock draft.
If there's any justice.
JP. Hey, JP,
Oh, let's
you're
go
on
to
the
my
clock.
board. Let's go to the draft board.
You can trade this pick if you want for 5 and 18.
Trade.
You've been talking about trading it all the
Yeah, but
time,
you're about
every show.
8 seconds in already. You got 12
You
seconds
want to
to make
trade
your
it.
pick.
I know you do.
I'll make the trade. I'll trade to the Miami Dolphins for the 5 and the 18.
All right.
So now we need to pick a name for the Dolphins.
All right. Look who's on the clock. Old Cakesy.
All right, Case, you got 20 seconds there, Rick.
I have the number 2 overall pick.
Yeah.
Yes,
with
for the
my
Dolphins.
As the Dolphins, I'm picking for the Miami Dolphins. I don't want to move up to 2 to get to make this pick, but I have to take a quarterback. All right, the pick is in. With the second pick in the Junkies 2020 mock NFL draft, the Dolphins begrudgingly select Tua Tagovailoa, quarterback, University of Alabama.
They begrudgingly, they moved up to get him.
We have to. I didn't say I wanted to make this move.
Well, you didn't have
I was
to.
forced into this move.
You didn't have to take Tua.
So I forcibly, at gunpoint, at the point of a bayonet, I'm taking Tua Tagovailoa. Thinking went too high. I hate
Tua
this pick. I
Tagovailoa,
officially
quarterback,
hate my pick.
Alabama.
Tua has time, unloads a slant, caught. He is
Oh,
off
the
to the
great
races.
Eli
Devontae Smith. There's touchdown pass, 79. Touchdown, Alabama.
Tua owns the most infamous hip in recent NFL history, and coupled with multiple ankle injuries, the health concerns are legit. But when full strength, Tua is a true dual-threat QB who has played on the biggest stages. Great vision, quick and compact release, and elite accuracy, as evidenced by 76 touchdowns and just 9 career picks. And when all else fails, he can run.
The Dolphins hate their 2020 draft
Great
already.
analysis
It's
from
going up
Andrew
in smoke.
Bogish.
It's just ugly. It's not great. All right, with the third pick in the 2020 mock NFL draft, picking for the Lions. Look who gets the pick. What?
I swear he's got like 3 names. written down.
Cakesy
That's
is
it.
on the clock.
All right, you got 20 seconds, Cakes.
It's so rigged.
The pick is in.
Yeah, go
The
ahead.
pick is in.
Yeah.
With the third pick in the Junkies 2020 NFL mock draft, the Detroit Lions select Jeff Okuda, corner, the Ohio State University. Darius Slay departs in the offseason. We need a corner that can start from day one, and Jeff Okuda is the guy. That's the easiest pick in the draft. Unlike the second pick, the Lions love this pick at number 3 overall.
So Chase Young has now slipped to 4, the best player in the draft.
Right. He ain't getting by
Jeff
4, guarantee it.
Okuda, cornerback, Ohio State.
Snap to Martinez. He's back to throw. Now being chased by Chase Young. Throws middle of the field. Intercepted the 50-yard line by Ohio State corner Jeff Okuda at the midfield stripe.
The latest stud Buckeye corner, Okuda has the size and speed that NFL teams covet. He's the best cover corner in this draft, and it's not even close. And maybe most importantly, Okuda has the swagger you want for the position.
All right, that brings us to the Giants, who I don't know if they're going to draft Chase Young.
With the 4th pick in the Junkies 2020 NFL Mock Draft, it is Pedro.
Pete!
A.K.A. Pete Medhurst.
Pete on sports.
This is an easy one. Even Dave Gettleman can't mess this one up. And the pick is in.
I've already typed it in, Pete.
I'm sitting here flicking a pen. Sorry. With the 4th pick in the NFL draft, the New York Giants select, and amazingly, we can't believe this player dropped to us, none other than DeMatha's own Chase Young out of Ohio State University.
Play the clip.
To ruin the Redskins' world for the next 10 years.
Chase Young, defensive end, Ohio State.
Snap to Clifford. Back at his 5. Chase Young has him and brings him down the defensive end with help from the other defensive end.
This is the best player in this draft. Young is a freak athlete with a great frame and high football IQ. He's a polished pass rusher, beating blockers with speed, technique, and power. 26.5 sacks and 7 forced fumbles over the last 2 seasons. If you want to nitpick, Young could be a better run defender.
By the way, in breaking news, the Lions just fired their GM for passing on Chase Young.
That's the 20 seconds got to you.
I think the Lions GM was clearly flustered because he had to do double duty and make back-to-back picks at 2 and 3. So that's late breaking news for everybody else.
Nice.
Yeah, but that corner's a good player, Kate.
He's a very good player. We're very happy with the pick.
And the Lions, I believe, had the 31st ranked defense last year to throw in a nugget.
Very
And have
good.
fun with an overpaid, overrated quarterback who never wins playoff games.
All right, who's picking 5th?
Let's keep it running. This is the Redskins making their first pick because they traded back. Making the pick for the Skins at number 5.
Your boy. Come on.
A-Wad.
Oh.
A-Wad is on the clock.
You know he'll botch
It's
this.
gonna ruin
The biggest
Why does he
Redskins
seem
fan on the show.
Get that whiteboard ready, Rick.
So we did not, think we would be in this situation, but since we are thinking about our quarterback, Dwayne Haskins. We are thinking about improving the offense. We're thinking our defense is fine, and the pick is in.
No, you missed it.
Did he miss? What's the ruling?
Oh, he didn't. Who'd you pick?
Of
Jerry
course,
Jeudy,
Jerry
wide
Jeudy
receiver,
5.
Alabama.
Jerry Jeudy. All right. I kind of like that, actually. I wouldn't pick that, but I kind of like it.
Such an overdraft.
Jerry Jeudy, wide receiver, Alabama.
To the end zone. Caught on the far side. Touchdown, Alabama. Jerry Jeudy with redemption in front of the pylon.
Jeudy is one of the more
Terrible
polished
value.
college receivers in recent memory. He's quick off the snap and has top-end speed, is a great route runner, and catches everything. His production dipped a bit in 2019, but still produced his second consecutive 1,000-yard season.
So the deepest wide receiver draft in like 150 years. He picks
Yeah.
a wide receiver at 6. I'm clearly
wide
He's
receiver-
going to have a Hall of Fame career, though.
A wide receiver at 5. At 5,
my bad.
The 3 mock drafts I have in front of me have him going 13, 15, and 19.
Hey,
You'd be
I've
so
added-
better.
Hey, I've added pressure of picking the names, drafting back-to-back. This is a lot of plates spinning over here.
Hey, you wanted to trade out. That's who you get.
I didn't want to trade out. I was forced into it.
Danny, are you sometimes amazed that this show is popular?
Yes,
No.
I know.
No,
I know.
I am not amazed.
This is one of those moments where I'm like, I can't believe people listen to us.
All right, what's next, Cakes? Come on, pull it
Well,
on
we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break.
Break?
And I think we're going to speed up the draft a little bit.
Why?
As we
We
move
got
to our
nothing.
second
We literally
round.
have nothing
What's
the rest
wrong
of
with
the
this?
show.
I think
Okay,
it's perfect.
fine. Our producer's saying got to speed it up.
Why do we have to speed it up?
No, we didn't say that. We want to take our time now.
We can
This
go
is
all the way
fun.
to 9:40 with Florio.
Let's do it.
Yeah. Jason, do you like how it sounds? It's sounding professional a little
Love
bit.
it. Love it.
Kind of. Don't get too carried away over there, buddies.
Sorry for my misinterpretation. Drab, you wrote, these are way too long.
Oh, the vignettes. We cut them down. They were 30 seconds longer than
Okay,
that.
got you.
Gotcha.
Got you. All right, we'll come back with more. It's the Junkies 2020 mock draft here on The Fan. All right, we're in the midst of our Junkies 2020 mock draft, continuing coverage of the draft on 106.7 The Fan, presented by Fed Choice Federal Credit Union. The federal community is playing a crucial role in our fight during these tough times, and Fed Choice Federal Credit Union sincerely thanks everyone working tirelessly to help mitigate the disaster. Learn how we can help you at fedchoice.org, insured by NCUA. Grant Danny, of course, going to be doing draft coverage tonight at 6:30, leading you up until the actual draft. So far, they haven't selected anybody. Cakes has selected 2 and botched both picks, I believe.
No, well, I wasn't crazy about the Tua pick, and then I did botch. I did botch taking Okuda over Chase Young.
This
Of course
just
you
in.
did.
So Cakes just fired himself as GM of
The Lions.
I
Yeah.
just fired Adam for picking Jerry Judy.
Right.
The Reds. So we had 2 GM firings
Wow,
in the
it's-
middle of the draft.
It's a bloodbath.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right,
Grant,
so
Grant
Cakes-
Danny, do you guys have any guests on your draft show that we can replay on our show from 12 to 3
Right.
on Saturday?
There will be many guests. You could replay a lot of things if you want.
Maybe we'll just replay your show. How about that?
Cakes, you're already out of this contest now. You've taken both of your selections.
My
so why
work
don't
is
you
done here.
recap 1 through 5, and then we'll
All
get to
right.
6.
In the Junkies 2020 mock NFL draft, Drab for the Bengals took Joe Burrow at number 1. The Redskins move out of the number 2 spot, so they acquire the 5 and the 18. The Dolphins move up and draft Tua Tagovailoa out of Alabama. At number 3, that pick was made by GM Cakes. GM Cakes made back-to-back picks, and he just botched it spectacularly with pick number 3, Jeff Okuda to the Lions. So the Chase Young free fall begins. Picking for the Giants at number 4 is Pedro. He takes Chase Young, a gift in his lap. And then the Skins at number 5, Awad represented the Washington Redskins. He selects Jerry Jeudy out of Alabama, wide receiver. That's where we stand.
I think it was a monumental botch on our part.
Right.
Because didn't JP get the Redskins pick?
Yes.
Well, I made a trade, and then we
Right,
we
but
went
you
to the
should
hat
have.
again.
you should have had
kept
the-
it at 5.
Yeah.
Well,
All right, well, you
whatever.
can have 18. How about
It's
that?
fine.
No, just another wrinkle. to the 2020.
That's on the producer.
Yeah. Okay.
Regular,
hold on, let's
regular
recap.
than AWOD's t-shirts.
So JP traded as the Redskins, but picked for the Dolphins?
No.
No,
I
picked for the Redskins.
I
He hasn't
traded
picked yet.
for the Redskins with the 2 pick, but then they went back into the hat and gave Awad the 5th pick.
Ah, right.
Well, he
Doesn't matter.
is the number 1 Redskins fan on the show.
That is true.
Why do we say that to insult me?
Oh, I think he's a bigger
Just to
Redskins
tilt
fan than
you.
you.
That's not possible. That
You kind
can't
of
be
give up
possible.
on the team every year.
That's just because I'm frustrated. I
He's a
still
realist.
watch. Yeah.
That's so funny.
All right. What's next? Who's picking 6th?
All right, the Chargers
know
are on the
yet,
clock
Richie.
at number 6, picking for the Los Angeles Chargers. We go behind the glass. Matt Valdez, GM Valdez, you're on the clock.
All right. Well, we need a quarterback, and Tua's off the board. Burrow's off the board. And I'm not enamored with Herbert, so my pick is in.
Oh, don't say it.
I think I know where he's going here.
The Chargers select Jordan Love.
What?
Worst pick.
You
It's worse
knew that
than the
Valdez,
Judy
GM
pick.
Valdez loves quarterbacks.
He
You
just-
knew this was coming.
No, he just loves curveballs. That's
Yeah.
all he loves.
He won't even allow anybody to take offensive linemen.
Right. All right.
Do you even have a vignette for him? There it is.
Jordan Love, quarterback, Utah State.
Love fakes the handoff, rolling out to his left. Needs to get rid of it. Waits, throws, middle of the field. It's up, it's caught. Touchdown, Utah State.
The big frame and the cannon for an arm are the draws. Jordan Love is 6'4", 225, and can make every throw necessary. He shows great touch on the deep ball and can make plays with his feet too. But Love did not put up huge numbers for the Aggies, is still raw technically, and is turnover prone.
It sounds hurting at the end. Turnover prone.
Nice
not
pick at
sound
6.
technically.
Don't McShay and Mel Kiper have a $5,000 bet that Jordan Love goes before Herbert?
I think so, yeah.
They do.
Maybe
Is
it's not
it, is it 5 Gs? Wow.
Yeah, I think so.
Not that far off. You know,
right.
we'll review the tape next year when Love wins Rookie of the Year.
Okay.
All right. All right, Mr. Confident. All right,
All
go
right,
ahead,
Cakes.
Cakes.
All right, let's go back into the hat. Who am I going to pick? This is the Carolina Panthers, picking at number 7, representing the Panthers in the 2020 NFL Mock Draft. Hey, JP.
Well, the Carolina Panthers are very happy that Isaiah Simmons is still on the board. They need to replace Luke Kuechly. So the pick is in.
That's an easy one.
Going with the linebacker from Clemson, Isaiah Simmons, who maybe AWOD should have drafted at 5.
Yeah, he botched it.
Isaiah
No,
Simmons,
we've had that kind of player in Stuart
linebacker,
Craven.
Clemson.
Fields will take the shotgun snap, wants to throw. Looks, throws, and that ball's going to be picked. He got picked off by Isaiah Simmons. The second interception against Fields. Oh, did Simmons read that the entire way from his safety position?
We'll call him a linebacker, but Simmons also had safety and cornerback responsibilities for the Tigers. Simmons is so versatile because he's a freak athlete, able to make plays sideline to sideline. Nearly 200 tackles, 4 picks, and 4 forced fumbles over the last 2 seasons.
Matt Rule just fell out of his chair that he was available at 7.
That might be the steal of the draft.
He's got to rise in the pants.
He's
for
going to
that.
send a gift basket to the GM of the Chargers, Matt Valdez, for letting that happen.
All right, let's go.
I think there's some people who are saying that Simmons could slide tonight. Everyone thinks that he's
I know. I've heard that.
Why? What's the knock?
because they're starting to panic that he doesn't have a position. Like
Yeah.
he's not great at one. He's just kind of in
He's
between.
just really good at a lot.
Jack of all trade, master of none.
That's a good old man saying there.
I think he's
Valdez.
going to be.
like it.
I think he's
I'll
going to be
take
really
it.
good.
I'll take that. All right, what you got, Cakes?
Representing the Arizona Cardinals, picking at number 8 in the Junkies 2020 mock NFL draft. This is very appropriate. He lived in the Valley of the Sun. He is Arizona State educated, drab T-shirt on the clock.
All right, Cardinals. I believe they have a terrible defense, one of the worst in the NFL. But there's so many good offensive linemen on the board. The pick is in.
He's violating Valdez's rule.
I'm going to take the safest pick in the draft. Offensive tackle, Andrew Thomas, Georgia.
Damn
Got to
it.
get protection for
I
Kyler.
I lost my prop bet.
Production.
There goes the prop bet. Done.
Andrew Thomas, tackle, Georgia. Thomas started for the Bulldogs from day one. He ended up a 2-time All-America. He is dominant at times in run blocking thanks to his size, good footwork, and strong hands. Once he latches on to a defender, he's in control. Coaches also love Thomas's leadership. He needs better balance in pass protection for true success as an NFL left tackle.
Tune in to the NFL Draft on 106.7 The Fan.
That's Valdez playing a
Federal Credit Union.
Valdez playing the snoring pick because he didn't like it.
By the way,
That.
did we set this up so that Grant and Danny have picks 17 through 20?
No, I'm setting it up so EB picks 19 and 20 for teams he's never seen play before in the Raiders and the Jaguars.
Right.
So hopefully that happens.
That's fine.
Are our names in the hat, guys?
They are in the hat. Yes. Hey, it's luck of the draw, Danny. You know how this works.
My right arm's getting sore.
Let's move along. At number 9, first of their 2
Knowing.
first-round picks, 9, for the Jacksonville Jaguars, he's back. AWOD Army on the clock. Paralyzed
All
by
right,
fear.
I don't know too much about Jacksonville right now.
Forever.
By the way, yeah, you can fill in the blank. Don't know too much about blank.
So we are going back to Alabama here.
Yeah.
And
Hold on,
the pick is in for the Jaguars.
Pick is in. He made it.
Henry Ruggs the third.
He loves
does is
the
pick wide
Jags.
All he does is pick wide
Big
receivers
wide
out of
receiver guy
Bama.
over here. Gardner Minshew gets another weapon, and we're going deep.
Who are his other weapons?
No idea.
Who was their?
They have
Never
a
heard of
DJ
DJ Shark?
James
You ever
starts
heard of
with
him?
T, Right?
Is
Don't they
he
have
not a fantasy
T
guy too? Is he like
Clearly
me?
not.
Yeah.
Jags don't have a wide receiver with the name
Henry
T.
Ruggs III, wide receiver, Alabama.
Tua looks, has a man wide open. Henry Ruggs has to turn around to make the grab. He does. Kicks it into a high gear, and he is gone.
Ruggs can score anytime he touches the football, even on special teams. Only Amari Cooper and Jerry Jeudy have more touchdown catches in Bama history. Ruggs can fly and is nearly impossible to tackle in the open field. He does lack ideal size and needs some polish as a route runner.
Who just yawned there?
Me.
All right, let's move this thing along. At pick number 10. We have
Consummate
to
pros.
break? Oh.
Got a break?
No,
All
you got to
right.
finish 10.
All right, we got to get pick number 10. All right, representing the Cleveland Browns at number 10 in the Junkies 2020 mock NFL draft. Danny.
There you go.
Rouillet.
There you go.
Danny is
Daniel?
up on the clock.
Is he not punched up? I can't hear Danny.
Should be there. Danny, you there?
Simple equation for us. Yeah, I'm here. Simple equation for us, guys. The pick is in.
All right.
Our offensive line stinks. We're making it better. Jedrick Wills, tackle, Alabama.
All right. Going Alabama.
All right, Jets are on the clock.
Jedrick Wills Jr., tackle, Alabama. Wills spent 2 years protecting Tua Tagovailoa's blind side, but that won't be his concern in the NFL. He'll stay at right tackle and show off his run-blocking skills. Wills is a mauler with a mean streak, but is also light on his feet, allowing him to do damage on the second level. Wills needs some technical work, especially in pass protection, but he's a day one starter.
All right, just to recap, A-Watt has drafted nothing but receivers for his two teams. He's done. Cakes is done in this mock draft. He had
Out.
picks numbers 2 and 3. And I believe Justin Herbert is undrafted right now.
Still there.
He's sliding down the draft board. So we'll come back with more of the 2020 Junkies mock draft next here on The Fan. So we're 10 picks in. So far, it went Joe Burrow to the Bengals. Drab made that selection. Cakes had back-to-back selections. The Redskins traded out of the number 2 pick, so the Dolphins begrudgingly drafted Tua, even though they
Correct.
traded up to make that pick.
Didn't want to move up to pick him, but I felt forced.
And then the Lions at number 3 could have drafted Chase Young.
Yeah.
But he stuck to Jeff Okuda, the corner from Ohio
Stuck
State.
to my board.
You stuck to it, didn't you? You stuck to the board.
Stubborn.
He ignored everybody in front of it.
Ignored him, yes. I
He
ignored
made the
Chase Young.
selection for the Giants. He was very happy to select Chase Young at number 4. Awad then had the 5th pick for the Redskins, and he's only picked Alabama receivers. First, he picked Jerry Jeudy for
Right.
the Redskins at 5. The Chargers were up at 6. Of course, Valdez goes with the curveball as he was making the selection for the Chargers. Instead of drafting Justin Herbert, he went Jordan Love. I selected for the Panthers Isaiah Simmons to replace Luke Kuechly at linebacker. Arizona was drab, and he took Andrew Thomas, an
Took a
offensive
drab
lineman.
pick, an offensive lineman snoozer.
Then we had Awad back up, and he took Henry Ruggs, the wide receiver from Alabama,
Adam.
for
For
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville, right.
Adam, did you get one in during the break? Just curious.
Your first of the day?
No, I'm too busy writing notes to draft.
Gotcha.
Miss him.
And then Danny finally got to make a selection, and he took an offensive lineman for the Cleveland Browns, Jedrick Wills. So that brings us to the 11th pick.
That's the New York Jets. And selecting for the Jets in the 2020 mock NFL draft, he loves them, Eric Bickle, GM of your New York Jets, Jets.
Why are you guys laughing? All right, the pick is in.
Because we know you couldn't have less interest in it.
I couldn't. I'm taking Tristan Wirfs, big offensive lineman from Iowa. I'm surprised he's still available there. They're butt-sized.
Giving some help to Sam Darnold.
Yes, of course. Anytime you can pick a stud tackle, you're going to grab him. There you go.
Tristan Wirfs, tackle, Iowa. A 3-year starter, Wirfs finished his Hawkeye career as a first-team All-America. He's surprisingly athletic for someone 6'5", 320, making him a good fit for zone blocking schemes and dangerous on the second level. He lacks ideal length and struggled at times against edge speed, so some teams see him as a guard in the NFL. Either way, he's young and has plenty of room for improvement.
So Tristan Wirfs off the board at
Sounds like
number 11.
Brandon Sheriff type. One day of practice, and you got to move him to guard. That's not good.
Yep.
Guard. That's not good. All right, who do you got next, Cakes?
All right, picking at number 12 are the Las Vegas Raiders, and making the selection, he's a new daddy. Not that new. Grant Paulson, GM of the Las Vegas Raiders. He has to work for Mark Davis with his terrible haircut.
I felt like Aaron Rodgers sitting in the room just waiting to hear my name called for.
Right.
By the way, the most outrageous thing that's been said so far in this draft, and no one mentioned it, was when the first time Epstein was on the clock, and I'm normally a Lance Corporal in the AWOD Army, so I hate to make fun of him.
Yeah.
But Bishop asks him, he says, hey, why are you taking Isaiah Simmons? And he goes, we already had him. His name was Sua Craven. Brian Baldinger compares him to bigger Derwin James. AWOD compares him to Sua Craven, so figure that out.
I'm completely over these guys that are positionless. Give me a guy that's played the same position since he was in 8th grade.
All right, the pick is in, boys and girls. The pick is in for the Jets.
Or the Raiders.
The Raiders. Not picking for the Jets.
For the Raiders, rather. Right. We're taking wide receiver C.D. Lamb, the best wide receiver in the class, somehow becomes the third wide receiver taken in this draft.
All right. I like CD.
I love
Boomer
that.
Sooner. Probably go quarterback, but I hate Herbert, so I'm not
Boomer
going to do
Sooner.
that.
C.D. Lamb, wide receiver, Oklahoma.
Back to pass, Hurts hits as he throws, takes a shot deep, looking for CD. He caught it! How did he catch that? Touchdown! Wow!
Lamb is a playmaker, 24 career catches of more than 40 yards while playing with 3 different Sooner QBs. He knows how to get open and then gobbles up yards after the catch. Fearless with strong hands, Lamb is great in traffic. One NFL comparison is DeAndre Hopkins.
So 3 receivers go in the top 12, the latest, C.D. Lamb out of Oklahoma, landing with the Las Vegas Raiders, the pick by GM Grant Paulson. All right, now on the clock are the San Francisco 49ers making the selection for your NFC champions of 2019. Pete Medhurst is on the clock.
Well, this is an easy one because the best value on the board right now has fallen to us, and the pick is in.
I know who
hesitation.
it is. I know who it is.
With the 13th pick in the NFL draft, the San Francisco 49ers select Derek Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn.
That's not who you thought, huh, Lurch?
No.
All right. Do you have...
Derek Brown, defensive tackle, Auburn.
Bond to throw. Steps up into the pocket. Down he goes. Derek Brown got him. And he would not be denied on that one.
A 3-year starter, Brown finished his career as the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Natural strength plus quickness at the snap equal a disruptive force, especially against the run. Brown played mostly nose tackle for the Tigers, but can play anywhere on the line. If he improves as a pass rusher, he's a Pro Bowler.
By the way, I don't think Jason's made a pick yet.
He has
I
not.
haven't.
That's correct. Hey,
Am I the only one?
I'm only picking the names out of the hat as I can. Luck of the draw. Next up are the Tampa Bay Buccaneers making the selection. Speak of the devil. Fish Bucks.
There you go.
On the clock.
I hate Tampa. All right, Tommy Brady needs some protection on the offensive line. The pick is in.
Already.
I know.
Already sleeping.
Boring.
What do you got, Rick?
With the 14th pick in the Junkies 2020 NFL mock draft, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select the weedhead Mekhi Becton, offensive tackle out of Louisville.
All right, do you have that clip, Valdez? Mekhi Becton? Do we go deep?
He loves diluted samples.
Mekhi Becton, tackle, Louisville. Becton is 6'7", 364, yet ran a 5'1" 40 at the scouting combine in February. He was a 3-year starter for the Cardinals, 21 games at left tackle, 12 on the right side. The huge body and long arms make him a punishing run blocker. The athleticism means Becton does damage downfield too. He needs to refine his game though and not rely too much on that size.
So Becton off the board at number 14. Bishbucks, GM Bishbucks.
By the way,
making that
Pedro,
selection.
I thought you were going to take C.J. Henderson out of Florida DB because that's the reason they lost the Super Bowl, because their DBs blow.
Thought about it, but I just think Brown falling to 13 is insane.
Yeah, don't hate it. Definitely don't hate it.
All right,
All right, Casey.
The Denver Broncos are on the clock, making the selection for the Broncos. Eric Bickle is on the clock with the 15th pick in the Junkies 2020 mock NFL draft.
All right. I have time here. I know you guys are trying to race through here so I don't get the pick in. But the pick is in. Got to hear the sound. The Broncos select.
Oh, that's way past 20 seconds.
Who does Charles Davis want, EB?
Charles Davis. Well, I
Brad figured this out because Davis has the Broncos taking Ruggs. And so he's already selected. And so Eric's in a pickle right now.
No, I'm actually using something else that has like 7 other guys. I'm just trying to pick somebody that hadn't been picked yet. We'll go Justin Jefferson, wide receiver from LSU. There you go. You have that one, Valdez?
He was on my fantasy team, a monster.
Best
Pedro loves Pedro loves him.
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, wide receiver, LSU.
Burrow going to the air again, this time coming for it at the 5-yard line, far side. Jefferson has his 4th receiving touchdown of the day.
Joe Burrow's favorite target reeled in 111 passes for 1,500 yards and 18 touchdowns. Jefferson lacks elite speed, but knows how to get open, has strong hands, and can break tackles. That toughness makes him a willing blocker in the run game.
I like adding him to the mix with Cortland Sutton there. I like that pick.
Can I make a constructive criticism that nobody cares about, but it's just annoying me? So who's this guy, Andrew Bogusch? Who is that guy?
He works for CBS Sports Radio. He used to be he was on Feinstein's show.
Okay, God bless him. For this type of thing, he's like trashing the guy in half the clip. Like when you know what I mean? When you hype up a guy, I don't care what his weaknesses are.
They're just giving positives and negatives.
I know, but it's on draft night. The guy's walking across, he's hugging Goodell, and this guy's saying how he stinks.
I also think he's trying to sound a little bit like Jeremy
Maybe
Schaap.
they'll hire you to do it next year.
Doesn't he sound a little Jeremy Schaap?
He does. That's who I thought it was at first, to be honest. But am I the only one that I feel like, oh, you're trashing the kid? He's just first-round draft pick.
No, I think they do that on set. They give the strengths and the weaknesses. They're just trying to inform you on the player.
Yeah, I know. But I would just be more positive on friggin' draft day. But okay.
All right, boys. Remember, we've got the 18th pick. The Redskins have that pick. I believe EB's done making his selection. So the GMs who are still alive.
Thank God I'm done.
5 more
selections. Realize.
We've got Danny.
I'll see you, boys.
Valdez. I have a pick, Grant, and Bishop.
All right.
Those are the 5 GMs still in play. 5 picks left to go in our 2020 Junkies mock draft. Keep it here. All right, we're 15 picks deep in our 2020 mock draft.
By the way, the best show we've done in years.
Putting up all the picks
this
at
one
Junks
is?
Radio.
Yeah, love it.
If you want to follow us on Twitter at Junks Radio, we have your recap of the picks. Let's just get right to it. Number 16.
Number 16 for the Atlanta Falcons. They grasped it trying to get the Redskins pick, but no. Danny picking for the Atlanta Falcons.
An underwhelming squadron over the last couple of years. We have failed in our expectations that were lofty. This is simple for me. The pick is in. Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina. To improve our defense.
They go defense.
Kind of a
local
local
trade
kid.
up for Chase Young, apparently, so instead they get Kinlaw.
Javon Kinlaw, defensive tackle, South Carolina.
3 wide receivers to the left side. 4-man rush for Carolina. Wanham is after him. Gamecocks after him. They got him. Javon Kinlaw with a sack.
At 6'5", 324, with natural power, Kinlaw is a physical specimen. He's quick into the backfield and can chase down the ball. His height is mostly an advantage, but at times he plays too upright. And despite being a 3-year starter, Kinlaw's game still needs some polish, especially as a pass rusher.
There's the criticism. There you go.
Sorry, Eric. That was tough, man.
No,
Still needs the polish.
Here's the thing. A guy on Twitter, my buddy Gary, pointed it out. It should be, I don't want to be a control freak like JP, but I think it should be positive, throw in a little negative, that's fine, and finish with a positive. They're ending on negatives.
Sandwich.
Huh? Yeah.
You want the criticism sandwich. Yeah, I get it.
They're ending with a negative every time. All right, go ahead.
All right, now up at number 17, the Dallas Cowboys selecting for the Redskins NFC East rival. Jeeps Grant Paulson making the selection for the Cowboys. You're on the clock.
I think the Cowboys need to upgrade that defense. It's going to be weird taking an edge rusher that doesn't have major red flags, but the pick is in, boys. Generally, we prefer our pass rushers to have been to jail or to have been heavily involved in doing drugs. But I'm going to go with Calebon Chason, the pass rusher from LSU, 6'3", 254, to harass the NFC East quarterbacks off the edge for years to come.
Nice.
All right, so the Giants, of course, got their edge rusher in Chase Young in this draft.
So many SEC players.
And now the Cowboys get one.
Calebon Chason, edge rusher, LSU.
Shotgun snap. Tigers desperately trying to get to him, and they bring him down. At about the 28-yard line, Calebon Chason.
Chason finished 2019 with a flourish, 4.5 sacks over his last 4 games, including 2 in the national semifinal. He explodes at the snap and is quickly at top speed to beat tackles off the edge. Chason played mostly in a 2-point stance for the Tigers and showed good coverage skills.
Just a plug for multi-platform digestion of the 2020 mock NFL draft. Awad, put that whiteboard up again, please.
Yeah,
if
leave
you
it
want
up
to
there
check
the
it on
entire segment. We don't need to see your face
YouTube.
anymore.
Just go to youtube.com/1067 The Fan. Boom, there it is.
The entire segment.
All right, Kicks, we got the Skins here, right?
Skins making the pick at number 18. They've traded back for 5 and 18, making the pick for the Washington Redskins. Fishbucks, you're on the clock, sir.
Valdez, do you like splashes?
I love splashes.
The pick is in.
Ooh, very good. With the quickness.
Because new coach Ron Rivera likes Dwayne Haskins about as much as he likes Cam Newton, the Washington Redskins select Justin Herbert, quarterback, Oregon.
Oh.
You just made my day.
Herbert, quarterback, Oregon.
Herbert with a snap, pump fake, wants to throw, pressure comes. Now we'll just go way downfield and touchdown!
95 career touchdown passes, 61 over the last 2 seasons for the 4-year starter. The 6'6" Herbert has prototypical size and arguably the best arm in this draft. But he has struggled with accuracy and finesse. And scouts worry that Herbert struggled in some of his bigger games, but the size and the arm are undeniable.
He's dicier than Haskins.
We might go as high as
That
number
doesn't say
5
much.
today, EV. That's a great value pick.
5 is a reach. I hate that pick more than Awad's pick. I think I hate that one the most.
You're getting him at number 18.
By the way,
Yeah,
we would
I don't
love
want
that.
him.
Sports talk host would love that. Herbert.
Drab
Would love
made
the quarterback.
Drab made a
conference.
great point about Herbert.
Would
to
you
the
be
Redskins.
sized if you came out of this draft with Herbert and Judy?
I don't think so.
Some people might. A lot of Skins fans might be sized.
I don't know. Danny's a Skins fan.
Let's
Danny,
ask
what do
number
you
1
think?
skin fan, Awad.
Awad?
I mean, I'd be psyched for Jerry Jeudy, but then we need a cornerback or another offensive lineman. Like getting a quarterback is stupid, Bish. What are you thinking?
Because I knew it would make Valdez smile ear to ear.
Yeah, piss off every Redskins fan in the DMV.
Yep,
Because we
that's
want that stupid.
That's what we want. We want to piss them all off.
Danny, what are you thinking?
What, did I just ruin your day because they took Herbert?
Yeah, you did. I mean, the wide receiver pick in one of the best wide receiver classes in recent memory makes a lot of sense to me. Walking away from a lot of the holes, someone like C.J. Henderson could have helped there. Our quarterback position is a disaster. Taking a second quarterback that, quite frankly, can't complete passes at a good rate is it doesn't really help the Redskins. It would help us, though. A lot of people would be mad at us every day.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess that'd be fun.
Why would they be? Wait,
GM.
I know, but why? You're right, but why would they be mad at us? We had nothing to do with it.
No, you know how it would go, Eric. They blame us for like not supporting Haskins or some sort of thing, like we have influence over what the coaches do, and it'd be our fault for undermining or something like that. And really, that's why a GM should make a pick to see if they could get good sports talk.
Right.
Absolutely. All right, on the
All right,
clock
so we got
now.
2 picks left.
Well, there's slight controversy. 2 picks, but only 1 name left in the hat because of the producer's wackadoo trade scenario. But I think I know who's picking at 20. But picking at 19 is Matt Valdez. For the Las Vegas Raiders.
Oh, the Raiders. All right, I'm going to take the best player on the board right now. It doesn't hurt to have help in the cornerback area since it's a passing league. So out of Florida, we're going to take C.J. Henderson. The pick is it.
There you go.
The pick is it.
The pick is it.
You said the name before.
With the 19th pick in the NFL draft, the Las Vegas Raiders select C.J. Henderson, Florida.
I like it, Pedro.
C.J. Henderson, cornerback, Florida.
First and goal, 6-yard line. Polinsky back to throw, and he's hit, and he's sacked. Oh, my. Corner blitz by C.J. Henderson has sacked Polinsky back near the 16-yard line.
Henderson didn't have a pick in 2019, mainly because teams rarely threw in his direction. Standing 6'1" with top-end speed, Henderson is hard to beat. He's best in man-to-man coverage, but has experience in zone schemes too. Run support is his weakness, and he struggles to get off blocks from receivers.
By the way, I believe 12 of the first 19 picks in our draft are all SEC players.
Well, that could play out,
Yeah,
right?
The drab T-shirt will wave the Pac-12 flag all day long and say it's the best college conference.
He doesn't really do that, does he?
Well,
I'm
he's
off
just a
that.
homer.
I'm off that.
Yeah. I
All right,
can't imagine.
The 20th and final pick, and I have used my brilliant brain and my chicken scratch to deduce only JP Flame has picked 1 player. I believe that's correct. So the last pick for the Jags, John Paul Flame.
So this is
The London
Jacksonville's
Jags.
second pick of the draft. Of course, AWOD selected Henry Ruggs, so they've solidified at wide receiver. So they're going to go on the defensive side. The pick is in.
Pick is in.
They're going to go Xavier McKinney, the safety from Alabama.
Number 12.
Jay Gruden hates that pick. Come on, man. I want another offensive player to go with Henry Ruggs. Come on, man. What are you doing?
Why don't you give me Jonathan Taylor?
Come on,
Xavier McKinney, safety, Alabama.
Quarterback throws. It's deflected, picked off by Alabama. Another interception by McKinney down the left side. He's getting loose. He is going to go all the way. Touchdown, Alabama.
The Tide asked a lot of McKinney, and he delivered. Over the last 2 seasons, 5 forced fumbles and 5 picks, 2 of which he returned for points. He was mostly a free safety, but also played closer to the line of scrimmage and in the slot. McKinney is the best safety in this draft.
Another nugget about Doug McKinney, he loves the horses, loves the ponies. He's a real degenerate.
And Phil
Who knew?
Mickelson.
He loves Phil, too.
He loves
yes.
Phil, too. You're right about that.
All right,
Look at that. We
boys,
got the
thank you so
2020 mock
much.
in under the time limit.
AWOD, thank you again. You can go to youtube.com/1067thefan. You're going to have the whole mock draft on the YouTube page.